Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Heal from the Hurt. I'm your host, Tammy Simmons. This episode is titled Don't Ask If They Loved You. And I know a lot of you might like, but that's something I really want to know. The reason why I'm saying that is because it keeps you in a loop, it keeps you in a trap. After a breakup, especially a painful one, there's a question that loves to torment you. Did they ever really love me? It sounds innocent, but if you sit with that question long enough, it starts to work against you. You replay every moment, every text, every I love you to figure out, was it real or was it a lie? Or what was real and what was a lie? And before you know it, you're not healing, you're stuck. Why that question keeps you stuck? Here's the thing: you're not a mind reader and you're not God. You can't go back in time and climb inside a person's heart to measure if they really felt real. Like if the relationship was real, if they really did love you. What you can see is their patterns, their choices, and how they handled your heart. Wondering, did they love me, often turns into, maybe if I had done this differently, they would have stayed. Maybe if I was prettier, thinner, less emotional, they would have they wouldn't have cheated. Maybe I was too much. Now you're blaming yourself for someone else's decisions. That question doesn't move you forward. It keeps you analyzing the past you can't change instead of building the future that you can. Love is not a mystery test. This isn't about diagnosing your ex or announcing they never loved you. That's not my place. And it's not yours to carry either. But I will say it's not healthy to live forever in the mental courtroom of, did they love me? Did they not? Was any of it real? Those questions don't help you trust yourself more. They don't teach you what safe love is. They just keep you circling a wound that needs air and light so you can heal. Instead of asking, did they love me? Try asking, is this how someone who loves me should treat my heart? What do I want love to look like and feel like going forward? That's a different road. That's a road toward healing. Let me drop this in your spirit. Your heart is not a toy, it's an egg. Now let's talk about this egg. Think about something fragile and valuable, something you never want to see shattered. Picture it as an egg in your hands. If someone gave you an egg and told you, this is precious, please don't drop it, what would you do? You'd hold it carefully, you watch where you walk, you pay attention to who you hand it to, if you hand it to anyone at all. You make sure it doesn't roll off a counter. You wouldn't casually toss it in the air. You wouldn't hand it to a toddler who's running. You wouldn't shrug it off if it's cracked and say, oh, well, I'll just get another one. Now think of your heart that same way. Your heart is that egg. Your emotions, your trust, your love, your tenderness. The people around you, especially someone you're dating, should handle your heart with that same care. Thoughtfulness, intentional, and protective. Not perfect, but careful. They will be careful about their actions and their decisions. And if these decisions that they make, are they going to hurt you? So what to look for going forward? Instead of obsessing over whether the last person loved you enough, shift your focus to what you'll accept from the next person when you're ready, or from people in your current life. Ask yourself, do they treat your feelings like they matter? Or do they dismiss, mock, or flip everything back on you? Do they protect your relationship? Or do they flirt, entertain mess, and put themselves in situations that could break your trust or your heart? Do they act carefully with your heart, with the way they'd act with something fragile? Or do they handle you like you're replaceable, like you'll always be there no matter what? Someone who loves you notices how their actions affect you. They care if you're hurt. They try to avoid putting your heart in dangerous situations. They own their mistakes instead of gaslighting you. You're not looking for somebody perfect. You're looking for someone careful. And you're not the problem because you are loving. Sometimes we think that, like, I always choose the wrong people, or I'm always dating somebody with potential and they never live up to it. You are a nice person, and so are many other people. You're loving, you're kind, you're friendly. And oftentimes we blame ourselves for picking wrong. But the truth is, being loving, being kind is not the problem. Wanting connection is not the problem. Hoping it works out is not the problem. The issue is not that you love, it's who you trust with that love. The solution is not harden. The solution is not to harden your heart and become um the solution is not to harden your heart and become cold. The solution is to get clear on what you deserve and raise your standards. Your heart deserves egg level care. From now on, instead of replaying, did they love me? Replace it with, I deserve to be with someone who carries my heart as careful as an egg. Because you are precious, you're rare, you're irreplaceable, you're worth the effort it takes to handle you with care. Anyone who treats your heart like it's cheap is showing you that you are not qualified. I'm sorry. Anyone who treats your heart like it's cheap is showing you that they are not qualified to hold something valuable as you. That's not your failure. That's their limitations. You don't need to figure out how deeply they loved you. You need to remember how deeply you are worth being loved. And next time around, let them prove with their actions that they know how to carry you as careful as an egg. So I hope that this episode encouraged you. I know everybody isn't at that level to be in a relationship right now. You're like, what are you talking about? I just got in a breakup. But it is imperative that you care about yourself in this manner, or that you look at yourself in this manner going forward. That question, like I stated, did they really love me, can keep you in a loop, and it can keep you stuck with an ex. That is not part of your future. It is important how you think of yourself or your mindset going forward. It doesn't have to be about the point of you being in a relationship or being with somebody else, but it is important how you view yourself going forward. You need to view yourself with tender love and care. I know in this podcast episode, it was talking about the other person, but you have to see yourself as precious as an egg. That you don't do those things to yourself, that you just don't give your heart or yourself to people who don't deserve it. And you have to start treating yourself with that love and care, not looking for outside sources to do so. You have to love yourself first. I had a very close friend, um, best friend. She's like a former teacher of mine, but we became, best friends. And the thing about it is, she was telling me not too long ago to hug myself and telling me about how I deserve this love that I give to others. And when I tell you, when I hugged myself, I think I've never done that, right? Other than like, it was like elementary, exercises and stuff. And so I hugged myself like for the first time, probably ever. And I began to almost cry because I've never done that, but I never felt that love. You know what I mean? Like, how you just really need that hug. And I had to basically tell myself that I was okay and that I was safe. And sometimes you might have to do that for yourself. You need to tell yourself that you are loved and you're okay and you're safe. Regardless of what happened in the past, whatever decisions, you can't go back and change them. But you can change your outlook on how you see yourself going forward. That is what this is about. You are loved, you are special. And just because relationship didn't work out or there was a loss, doesn't mean that it diminishes your value. You have so much more to look forward to. It doesn't even have to be a relationship or anything. God has more in store for you. The point that you are still on this earth tells you something. It's not the end for you. This is just the beginning. So start treating yourself with care. I know that Valentine's Day is coming up this Saturday. And even if you don't have a quote unquote Valentine or someone to share it with, you are someone to share it with. Treat yourself to chocolate. Treat yourself to a teddy bear. Treat yourself the way that you would want someone to treat you. Get yourself flowers. You deserve it. You are worth the effort. You deserve the best. So treat yourself this Saturday. Don't wait for anybody else to do it. You deserve it.